Hi, thanks for clicking on the video. We just wanted to do a short piece about our company secretarial division here at G2 Legal. G2 Legal has been trading for 20 years. We're a specialist in the legal recruitment market. Company secretarial is one of our younger divisions, but also one of our fastest growing and one of our most successful over the last 18 months. So we just wanted to do a little piece just to introduce you to our team, deal with some commonplace questions that they face, and hopefully see if you've got any questions you want to add to that. In terms of our team, happy for the guys to introduce themselves now.
Yeah, so hi everyone, my name is Mark Chambers. I'm a qualified company secretary and head up the company secretarial team here at G2. We've been going for about over 6 years now, and so I recruit roles, generally in the sort of London and South area, and focus on roles from sort of trainee right up to sort of group co-sec level.
Hi, I'm Kirsty. I work alongside Mark, obviously doing the same thing, working from trainee up to group COSEC. I have a sort of specific focus on the Midlands and the Northern market, but do also get involved and sort of assist these guys with roles down south as well.
Hi, my name is Sabrina. I'm the newest addition to G2 COSEC, so I don't yet have a remit, but so for now I'm just doing a bit of everything.
Great. Thanks, guys. Well, I'm an associate director at G2 Legal. I've been with the company 15 years, so hopefully I can, with a couple of questions we've got submitted by team members and people have put forward questions as well, hopefully we can give you a bit more information about the team and what they do. Starting with a question about really, there's common misconceptions, about the role of a company secretary. Can you summarize what the role involves for us?
Yeah, so I suppose the common misconceptions then are, it's perhaps confused with the legal secretarial role or a traditional secretarial and PA role. But basically, you're looking at an expert here in corporate company law and corporate governance. So, if you were to break this down a little bit, and it depends, as well, which sector you're working in. But as a rough guide, you've got dealings with the board, the company, and the shareholders. So with the board, you're there, advising on governance. You're organising the meetings and minuting them. In relation to the shareholders, you'll be liaising with the shareholders, and be involved in things like AGMs. And in terms of the company itself, making sure all the returns are being filed. So keeping the registers up to date at Companies House. So for instance, appointing new officers, filing accounts, filing if you wanted to do a share transaction like an allotment, so as I say, it's corporate law focused, and it's individuals with that company law knowledge basically. So that's hopefully not too wordy for you, but a rough idea.
No, it's great. Obviously there's a lot of crossover with our corporate teams and our legal teams, but it's good to know the specialisms that you guys focus on. How does a G2 company secretarial offering fit within the other services in the business?
So our kind of consultants here at G2 work mainly with a kind of specific geographical remit. So together provide a nationwide service, so kind of like a jigsaw, if you will. So we therefore have kind of long-standing relationships with law firms across the country, many of whom have a COSEC offering. We do alongside this also recruit into sort of the full range of sectors, so PLC, not-for-profit, in-house private, and other professional services firms, so corporate services and accountancy. But there is definitely that kind of strong basis with law firms who offer this service. And also kind of on the candidate side, there is an overlap between corporate law, like you said, Stephen, and governance. And so there will be company secretaries who have a strong legal background or perhaps are even dual qualified. And so in that case, we all liaise with each other here at G2. We all speak on a daily basis. We share sort of information between us, whoever could be, suitable for each other. So yeah, it works really well having the sort of strength of G2 Legal behind us.
Definitely, it's another compliment to really the services we offer and another string to our bow, which is great. Putting on the spot a little bit, I guess, what makes the G2 company secretarial offering stand out a little bit from the crowd?
What I'd say makes us stand out from the crowd is having the company secretarial division on itself is a niche that we offer that not a lot of legal recruiters do offer. So rather than focusing half on legal roles and half on company secretarial roles, we focus solely on company secretarial roles, which means we have built our expertise, our knowledge, our skills, all of that around the company secretarial profession. So we know what qualifications are needed, what kind of experience is needed, and we can advise solely on that. We even have Mark, who is a qualified company secretary, so I don't think it gets better than that. So yeah,
Definitely, that sounds good.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's true, and I sometimes sort of draw on that, the practical experience that I've had, working as a company secretary in house, and those years ago, I suppose, of doing the ICSA, the ICSA qualification. So I sort of understand the stresses and strains of that. So that I suppose it's that focus really, that focus on company secretarial roles, with that sort of practical experience, and really, I suppose understanding the mindset of a company secretarial profession. So we understand what the sort of the career paths that are on offer, I suppose.
Yeah, definitely. I think the same with legal. We're looking for people that can be experts in the market and people that can talk from experience. And yeah, obviously your background's going to help you a great deal in that. Been there, done it. You can talk them through it and give them help from there. What have you guys seen over the last 6 months in the market, and what's been, challenging period for all businesses, really?
I would say we've seen a lot of flexibility when it comes to remote working from home because of coronavirus. There's more flexibility within clients and candidates. I feel like at first it was kind of a bit shaky, just trying to figure out how to do the working from home situation. But like after a while, it's been about a year now. People have managed to figure it out. It's just we've seen a lot of more flexibility within that. So that's one thing.
Yeah, I absolutely, and I think there's definitely a sense of pent-up demand now. When we look back, to this time last year, it was a little bit of a shock, I think, for everyone, and then I think, it has been quite a resilient market, I would say, and I think especially from, January onwards, we've just really noticed that, there's been buoyancy there, and I actually think it's a great mark to the importance of the role of a company secretary. Actually, it's really important for businesses. We've had the whole range of roles: interim, newly created, replacement roles at a range of different levels. So, my personal take on this is that confidence is definitely returning, and has returned, frankly. I'm feeling pretty upbeat, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really add anything. These guys have covered it. I think, like they said, we have seen a real marked increase sort of in the past few months, but even at the worst, even at the sort of lowest time over the sort of the last year or so, we were still being instructed on new roles. There was still movement in the market. Like Mark said, it's kind of testament to how essential good governance is, especially in times of crisis. And on the flexibility point that Sabrina mentioned, I think, flexibility as to location as well has come into play. The fact that these things are now all set up to work from home, virtual board meetings are kind of running slicker than ever. There's definitely less of a focus on geographical, having to be kind of in commutable distance of the office every day. So it's opened up a lot.
Yeah, definitely. I think we've seen the same in legal. I think although the world's got a much smaller place in terms of, you can't go anywhere, seems to have got a bigger place in terms of remote access and being able to do a job remotely, which is great. What are the highly sought after things you look for in candidates?
Yeah, I mean, I'll sort of go with this one. I mean, I think it really depends what level you're looking at here. So, I think at the junior level, it's really key just to demonstrate that commitment to the profession. Practical tips would be, mention ICSA on your CV. Ideally, get signed up. ICSA being the Institute for Chartered Secretaries, now known as the Chartered Governance Institute. So that is recommended. I think be active on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is such an important platform now for job searching. Make sure you're liking, you're sharing, you're commenting on people's posts. and yeah, just be visible really. And then, you know, obviously as and when things get you know, back to at some sort of normal, you know, being out and about, going along to conferences and meeting people really, and you know, practical things like, you know, getting your CV on some of the job boards as well is always good. Get yourself noticed really. You know, it's it can be something of a numbers game, but keeping positive and you know, applying and just being generally active with the job search really.
I would also add just work on your key skills. Look up what skills are necessary for company secretaries, work on them, make sure that you put them into practice, especially when it comes to statutory compliance experience, and also minute taking. Those are very essential when it comes to company secretarial roles. So just make sure to focus in on the essential skills needed for company secretaries and building them.
Yeah, I think what you guys have said ties in really nicely with each other, in that keeping at what Mark said about kind of keeping active, keeping visible, will allow you to then know what skills you need to emphasize. You need to keep on top of what are clients looking for these days. Before you're actively be looking at job descriptions, what's kind of out there, what are people looking to see, and then you'll be able to make yourself stand out.
It's all about being proactive. Just you have to do it.
Great. Well, it seems like you've got all the knowledge there, and it seems like you've got all the advice. What would you say to a candidate who's considering a move and wants to take that first step into reaching out?
Well, I would say actually, don't be afraid to just pick up the phone and have a conversation with us really. I think sometimes it can be seen as a big step to take, as if you're looking for a job straight away, but you know, we're here as well to just sort of give you some advice on the market, let you know what's going on. You know, we can kind of help you with sort of guidance on your CV. So I mean, to be honest, the way we fill a lot of our roles is candidates who've actually, you know, are on our database already. So I would actually recommend getting in contact with us, you know, even if you're not necessarily looking for a job right now. We understand the sort of preferences, the sorts of roles that are likely to be of interest, and then we can then send you through the roles, you know, get that really good understanding of what you're looking for, and then we can kind of keep you posted with the roles that are in the market. So yeah, that would probably be what I'd suggest.
Yeah, and following on from that, I mean, even if it doesn't even require picking up the phone in some cases. If you want to just connect with us on LinkedIn, if you want to, we put a lot of time into making sure that our LinkedIn profiles and our LinkedIn group, which is a shameless plug, the G2 CoSec group, we put a lot of time and effort into making sure that's updated on not just new roles, but market information, any technical updates. So yeah, that's an even easier way to just, make sure you're on our radar. Because yeah, use us, that's what we do. So
even on the website, just if you check out our website, it has roles, it has more information, it has articles, question and answers. It's like Mark said, reaching out to us, it's not a commitment. It's not saying, okay, I have to resign now or I have to find a new. Reaching out, it can be for information, it can be just for curiosity. It doesn't have to be any commitment. So just check out our website, reach out. Like Kirsty said, look at our group, our LinkedIn's. So yeah, it's no commitment, just even if it's curiosity.
I think that's it. I think it's the same for legal. I mean, ultimately, we've got expertise, we've got market knowledge, we've been doing this job for a number of years. It's available for free to candidates. So all you need to do is get in touch and take advantage of that. What about if you're a client and you're thinking of onboarding a company secretary? Where would they start?
I think kind of what Mark said about candidates, really, get in touch early in the process. We're not just kind of CV machines. We can add more value than just kind of giving suitable CVs. We spend our time kind of inevitably kind of collating data about the market and about who's looking, and we're always happy to share that with clients, and it can really add value kind of before you're even at the stage of, you don't need a fully written job description for us to help. Even if it's, a note in the future and just kind of a general chat, from sending, we can also send anonymous profiles of people in the market, and you can kind of have a look at what's out there and use us to kind of help you figure out what you need and how to get it.
Yeah, I think so. And I think what I would say is that, expectations have changed a little bit now. So remote working is, is that much higher up the agenda. So I think that's what we're seeing now in the market. This ability to work from home that much more. So that's sort of a building expectation. I think what I would say on the ICSA qualification point is, if you can, sometimes to be flexible on that. If you're recruiting for a qualified role, maybe consider finalists as well. And also, I think at the moment there still can be that slight sense of, when you're recruiting for a role, that last in first out type of mentality. So I think it's really important actually to show plenty of evidence that your company and the role has got longevity and it's solid and it's a secure role, because these are the sorts of concerns that candidates might have at the moment. So evidence of that, I think, is advisable.
Yeah, I think we've seen that on legal as well. Sorry, Sabrina.
Sorry, I was just going to tie in with Mark's one, when when it comes to clients, I feel like they need to have their realistic expectations as well when it comes to regarding certain candidates. For example, looking for highly qualified with a very low salary, stuff like that. It's just expectations need to be realistic in order to meet client and candidate needs.
Definitely. And I think, as we said before, really, in terms of candidates getting in touch, clients are saying, we've got all this market knowledge, we've got all this market info, we've got salary information, we've got market trends. That's all available to them. So if they want to talk about, venturing into the market for their first hire, their next hire, they should just drop us a line. So, I think in terms of that, we've covered a lot of ground there, and hopefully it's given people a lot of background, but it's not a definitive list. So if people have questions and they want to comment in the comments below, they want to DM us, they want to email us, obviously they know they can call. Follow us for more content like this on LinkedIn and via the G2 Legal website. But, for us, it's just about being open, available to candidates and clients alike, really. Did anyone else want to add anything before we wrap up?
No, that sounds like a great summary, to be honest, Stephen. And we're here to help. We've got our G2 Company Secretary group on LinkedIn. We've got our website. Pick up the phone. We're here to help. Definitely.
And G2 Legal as a whole, as a company on LinkedIn as well, will post this content and share across all our groups, including patent and trademarks and all of our national presence. So yeah, follow us for more information and more content like this. Thanks for your time today, guys.
Thank you, Stephen.
No worries. Thanks, Stephen.
Thanks.
Bye, guys.